Hello there, my name is Rebecca Taylor. I am a seasoned personal branding photographer in Australia and a visibility coach, and I run programs to help women to really elevate their online presence and to claim themselves as a leader and step boldly into the spotlight and contribute. I actually just wanted to jump on though because this is a message I'm busting to share, and it's something that really rattled me recently. That relates to our programming from a really early age and the reason why we are so afraid of standing out and really claiming the spotlight, and shining a light on what makes us unique, what makes us talented. And I think also too, this is something to really be aware of when it comes to parenting our kids. So I'll dive in. What my daughter brought up recently was how when she does her gymnastics moves, which she's very good at now, when she's around her friends, she often plays it down. So when she's in amongst her friends and they're in the playground, she's 10 years old and they're doing their moves, she generally doesn't want to shine too brightly and show off that she's better than everybody else. So she was telling me how she tends to not do her best moves. And this got me really rattled up, like I said, because I am all about personal development and I'm all about shining a light on you and your contributions. And I know that one of the biggest fears we have is not about the darkness within us, but it's about the light that we can bring to this world. It's about standing out. We're so programmed to want to fit in. And I'll just talk about this and I'd love to hear your thoughts. But, do you even remember when you were a kid and you tried to sort of play down how smart you were? And think of the repercussion of that, because over the years, what's happened is we've become programmed to really be almost too scared to stand out, to be original. And how this plays into visibility and online presence. Well, now we're at the point where we've been so conditioned by our friends, our society, our parents who tell us, you're a bit too loud or let's not wear that. It's a bit too bright and a bit too out there. And what happens is our whole soul gets dulled down and we fall into the whole mediocrity box. I find that word so hard to say. So what happens is we get into this mold where we're so scared about really showing the world who we truly are. And as a result, we become dulled down in our messaging online. We become dulled down in our truth. And then when it comes to, attracting soul-led, inspired people into your network, which is who we really ultimately want to be around, it becomes really hard to be a magnet and draw those people in. It becomes hard to stand out online as a leader and as an authority. And as a result, we don't create the business that is our dream business, bringing in the income and, standing out. So, it's actually a bigger issue than what we think, and it all starts from such a young age. And this is just one of the examples of many that have been coming into my life since I've become a parent. And now that my child is, she's in year 5 now. And, it's such a big deal to fit in, now she's at the age of really, wanting to be liked. And when you think about it, going back to our evolutionary, DNA of how we used to be living in tribes, and it was so important back then to fit in. The moment people stood out and shared their ideas and were too bold and too out there, what had happened was that so many people would sort of want to kind of not be really part of that conversation, and they'd push that person out of the tribe. And then when that happened, quite often, those people were called witches and condemned, and then they would be left out there in the wild, literally, without any kind of tribe to help them with collecting, food and creating a safety, living environment. So they're basically lost out in the woods and could essentially be committed to some really tragic form of death. So back in those days, I'm talking a long, long time ago, that was actually a survival mechanism. To be liked, to fit in was survival. But now we're past this. This is now a different economy that we're living in. It's about being truly authentic. It's about living on brand. It's about being you from the inside out and sharing that boldly to attract people into your network, your tribe, your business, who you really resonate with. And, if you're a service provider, a consultant, a coach, a creative, that's so important, because when you're running your own business, you don't want to be burnt out. You want to be working with people who, you resonate with, you connect with, and you want to be able to charge what the value that you're exchanging for your service. So, if you are positioning yourself as a leader and you're standing out boldly online, then what happens is you attract in the ideal clients who only want to work with you. And that's so important. They only want to work with you. And guess what? They're prepared to wait until you're free and can fit them in. They'll pay you whatever price that you put on your service, because they only know they want to work with you. And that is the way I've been running my business. That is the way I run my life. My work revolves around my life. I have my schedule and my clients fit into that. And there's no better way to run your business. I have plenty of time to spend with my family. I never miss a friend event. I'm always, on hand, to be there for my family and friends and close ones. And at the same time, I get to live and breathe this beautiful creative business in photography that lights me up daily, and I have clients reaching out to me who are just there waiting for when I'm ready to be able to work with them, and it's an exciting place to be in, and essentially that's why I've been able to stay in business for as long as I have, for over 10 years now as well. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know, has this come up for you in your parenting? And how have you managed to talk your child around this whole idea of, not being too big or too loud, and instead shining a light on your gift? Because I'll tell you right now, what I ended up saying to my daughter was that, you could play it down and, potentially avoid any form of jealousy. But you know what? Imagine instead if you actually did the moves that really lit you up, and you actually claimed those amazing skills that you have, and by doing so, you actually lift everyone else up who's around you. And I explained to her, when you go to gymnastics class and, you're around a group that they're not that good, they're a bit younger and maybe not as skilled, it makes you not try as hard, and then therefore you don't advance in your skill level either. But compare that to when you're in a group of people who they may be a bit more advanced than you, and look how much better you do as a result. So when you're in your, this is what I told her, when you're with your friends and, you're doing some of these gymnastics moves, how about instead you do your best moves, and by doing so, you're going to inspire them to also try their hardest and lift their game. And you know what? I bet you they're going to surprise themselves. They're going to be over the moon and high-fiving you at the end of that. It might not seem like it sometimes, but deep down, it's actually elevating them. And it's the same for online visibility and the way you position yourself. The more that you can step up and out as that leader and really claim who you are and shine a light on your skills and your talent, you're only going to help lift the people around you so that they too feel really comfortable and, not just comfortable, but they feel excited to also share their gifts and their strengths. And then by doing so, we can all lift, the global consciousness, we can all rise together. And that creates a much more positive world to be in, where everybody is living on purpose, creating work that has meaning, and attracting in ideal people that they want to spend their time with. So I hope this video has helped. I hope you got something from this. I would love to hear your thoughts. For more information about my personal branding photography, or even my coaching services, which programs will be coming out soon, log on and visit the links in the comments below, and just, I hope to see you and connect with you. And I'll be back on here with more great tips and inspiration. So stay tuned. I really can't wait to get stuck in and really help you to claim even more boldly who you are and get that message out more widely. Stay tuned. Have an amazing day. Bye.